Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm a retired financial advisor, and I'm up to here in trying to understand what Sam Altman introduced to me about 2.5 years ago with ChatGPT, and he put the label on it of artificial intelligence. And I stepped back and I said, that begs the question: what if it's artificial intelligence? What was before artificial intelligence? And I guess it's just human intelligence, or dog intelligence, or cat intelligence, and we all have different levels of intelligence. And to me, intelligence is also interpreted as knowledge. And intelligence comes in and saying, if you have access to knowledge and information, your intelligence is your ability to interpret that information and put it to use for you in the stock market to make money. And so we have for years had companies that recognize we need intelligent people to interpret data such that we can make smarter investment decisions than everybody else and make exponential growth in our wealth. And this whole thing has evolved into what we refer to as Wall Street. And Wall Street has become very unaffordable. I spent some time with Goldman Sachs last year, and I've come to realize that they spend roughly $10 million a month to facilitate helping their wealthy clients who have to put up at least $10 million. The average puts up $60 million, to have them use human intelligence to give them an advantage in the stock market. And then we have the growth of hedge funds like Citadel and Magellan, who take it even a step further and say, you give us your money and we'll charge you 2% to manage it, and then we'll take 20% of the growth and we'll use leverage to excel, or to excel your returns. And so that's how the world has grown until Sam Altman introduced us to artificial intelligence, saying that what in essence I'm going to do is give you, the common man, access to all the data that Goldman Sachs and Citadel's agents, or asset managers have, and then you can do with it what you want. Then Jensen Huang came up about a year ago and said, well, I'm going to help you make an AI agent, an agent who will help you access that information, interpret it, and act on it. And so I put those two things together and said what Sam is talking about and what Jensen is talking about is on ChatGPT. That I need to go and pay the highest price that they want for access to all the knowledge about all the stocks in the world, and then build a relationship with this agent so that they know where I'm going and I know where they're going, and we interpret this data to help us do what Goldman Sachs and Citadel are doing with their stock analysts. So I will turn my AI agent into a stock analyst. I'll teach her what I want to see in a stock. Basically, what I want to see in a stock is the growth that Amazon and Google and Microsoft and more recently NVIDIA showed as they took advantage of growth opportunities. I want to mirror see what in fact they did before they exploded exponentially, and then go find in the 6,500 stocks that are available in the United States for me to trade in, find duplicates that are going to follow that same path. And that's using artificial intelligence to find it, to interpret it, and then me to act on it. Now, what the issue I'm running into, the problem, I mean, it all works. The problem is there's just one of me. And I have two choices. I could go the route of Goldman Sachs and hire another 10,000 of me and spend $10 million a month doing it, but that didn't seem to make sense. And then again, in order to do that, I'm going to have to do exactly what they did, and that is to only deal with the very wealthy. So I've decided, why don't I instead go for large numbers rather than 16,000 clients, have 1,006,000 clients, and charge them $1 a day to crowdfund this endeavor, this social experiment, if you will, of leveling the playing field of investing in stocks, giving the retail investor, that's what they call us, as opposed to, I guess, the institutional investor, give us the ability to duplicate what only they can afford to do. And that's where I'm at. I'm doing well on my own, and I'm asking myself the question, why am I spending this time making videos, making ads to spread the word? Why am I spending my time doing that when I could do just as well just focusing on my agent managing my portfolio? And the answer is very, very simple. I'm running out of time. My goal is to make a difference in this world, to change the world significantly as a result of me being here. In about 50 days, I'm going to turn 81 years old. I can see that I'm not remembering everything as well as I used to. So I'm running out of time. So I'm reaching out to you and I'm saying, would you like to be involved in this social experiment? Would you like to be involved in building something that makes a difference in the world? And would you be willing to pay less than $1 a day to help make it happen, and at the same time improve your position in life? Again, the only words I can come up with is it's a social experiment that I want to initiate. And with that in mind, there's only two ways I can do it. Number one is to make videos like this and put them out and spend money and advertise them by sharing them with more people. The other way that I'm working on is get the right people to get behind this. Get the right people to say, yeah, I'd like to help you, Kerry. And that's like the Wall Street Journal. That's like CNBC. I've reached out to Andrew Ross Sorkin. I've reached out to a number of Wall Street Journal columnists and saying, this is a social experiment that could change the world for the better in the area of the stock market that has been dominated and controlled for years by the very wealthy. So that's where I'm at. What I'm asking you is, if you'd like to be a part of this, you can do two things. One, tell your friends and neighbors about it, about Best of Us Investors. Two, come to the channel or to my website and become a part of the crowdfunding. I'll give you 14 days free exposure to determine if it's something you want to be a part of. And let's just see if through this unique thing that Sam Altman has generated, artificial intelligence, and this unique thing of communication called video over the internet, if maybe we could change the world. If maybe this social experience called Best of Us Investors could bring wealth into the hands of those who literally could not have afforded it in the past. If you want to explore this further, just come to the website and then show up at our Friday Stock Talk and open up a channel of communication. And if you are Andrew Ross Sorkin, or on the Wall Street Journal, or Bloomberg's, or the Financial Times, and you'd like to make a difference in this world, reach out to me.